Guys, it's time to get some serious business. I was sent quite an interesting document by Mr. Golden Schnitzel, and I think it's something worth all of us reviewing as a community because I think it applies to us specifically. And this is Stanford University's Elimination of Harmful Language Initiative. And what they've done here is, as you see, they've gone through and they've found ways to say things that aren't offensive anymore. It's time for us to reinvent the ways that we look at harmful language, and I think we can all learn a lot from this. And the purpose of the website is to educate people about the possible impact of words we use. Language affects different people in different ways. We are not attempting to assign levels of harm to the terms on this site. We also are not attempting to address all informal uses of language. Great. Okay, this is ableist language. Okay, you know what? Let's just go through. What? Basket case. Instead of saying basket case, consider using nervous. Originally referred to one who has lost all... What? Originally referred to one who has lost all 4 limbs and therefore needed to be carried around in a basket. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that person is called a nugget. When has a person without all their limbs be called a basket case? And how would you consider using nervous instead? What? Blind review to anonymous review. Unintentionally perpetuates the disability as somehow abnormal or negative, furthering an ableist culture. So if I say I'm gonna blind review like the new God of War trailer, or if I'm gonna like blind play through God of War 5, it unintentionally perpetuates that disability is somehow abnormal or negative, furthering it. See, but this is just the fucking definition. They're not even coming up with anything different. This is just their textbook reply. This isn't anything new. Crazy to surprising / wild. Oh yeah, so if somebody stabs a guy 3 times and said, dude, you're fucking crazy for doing that. Instead I'm supposed to go, oh my God, that is so surprising that you would stab him 4 times. That's absolutely wild. Ableist language that trivializes the experience of people living with mental health conditions. What? Nobody with mental health conditions is switched, is like, that guy's crazy. His fucking mental health condition is that he's crazy. This should be interesting. Cripple / crippled. Person with a disability. I feel like this is almost more offensive to say, oh wow, so you became a cripple then. To say, so you became a person with a disability. So you have a disability now, right? Okay. Let's refer back to the topic. The unintentional use of such terms furthers the belief that people who live with disabilities are abnormal. But then, instead of just saying we call them a person, we're saying we call them a person with a disability. Because it's abnormal to have a disability and therefore worth mentioning. The fuck? In like the everyday use, nobody's using dumb to say somebody who doesn't know how to speak it. Am I wrong? Is that not a true factor? I feel like it's definitely only used to call somebody stupid. Stupid and dumb are interchangeable. Mute or stuttering or unable to form a coherent sentence do not fall over dumb. In the sentence, if somebody can't make a sentence that said, are you struggling there? I don't say, are you dumb? Very often. Anyways, let's move on. OCD to detail orientated. OCD is a condition. That's like saying somebody had cancer. It's like, no, they've got a what? Paraplegic and quadriplegic are literally the name of the person with a spinal cord injury to person who is paralyzed. I feel like quadriplegic almost brings up less, and look, I can't speak for them, but quadriplegic is like a summation of all the parts. Spinal cord injury is just like, remember what happened? You remember the accident? It was your spine, remember? It was your spine that broke. You remember that? As opposed to quadriplegic, which is like, yeah, I just can't move anymore. I don't know. I don't know if, you know. To be fair, a chunk of these are fine, but there are so many on there where their meanings have been eroded and generalized that they no longer relate to all the OG meanings unless you have an English language history degree. Yeah, like I feel like, what? Like this, sanity check? Who the fuck is saying sanity checker? I don't think those 2 words in succession have ever come out of my mouth before. Vibe check. If vibe check's on here, I'm going to be fucking astounded. Oh my God. Stand-up meeting to quick meeting. Are they saying this because some people can't stand up? Who asked for this? Who asked for this? Walk in, drop in, open office because people can't walk. Tone deaf to unenlightened. What? But that doesn't even mean the same shit. It's literally in the word. Also, being deaf, is deaf on here? Wheelchair bound to person who uses a wheelchair. That's literally the same thing with more. Wheelchair bound. Yeah, they're bound to a wheelchair. They can't fucking move. You couldn't use crutches. Couldn't use crutches. That one's sort of like trying to high five an amputee. You remember how you couldn't get in the fucking office? We changed it. We changed it because you couldn't get in the office. What? Ageism? Ageist language singles out a person based on their age instead of their qualifications. Greybeard? Okay, Greybeard sounds like a fictional character. I've never heard somebody say that to use as an insult or at all. Can't play Skyrim anymore? There's an entire group called Greybeards. Yeah, no, bro. You now need to consider using the person's name. That's actually a good point. They just went after Bethesda with that one. Senile to person suffering from senility. That doesn't even make any fucking sense. This term is often used disparagingly to refer to old people whose mental faculties appear to be in decline. That's the same shit. You're still calling them senile. Colonialism. Colonialism is a policy of practice of requiring full. I know what it does. Philippine Islands to the Philippines or the Republic of the Philippines. The term is politically incorrect and denotes colonialism. Some people of Filipino heritage might use the term though. The people who are from there say the word, but us who are not from there think we're insulted on your behalf actually. We're actually insulted for you. So we're going to change it just so then we don't have to be offended when people talk to you like that. How brave? Bury the hatchet, Chief Geronimo? So if I'm going to do a fucking cannonball, I have to say consider using only use when discussing the historical figure? I can't even fucking go for a cannonball anymore? Also, I'm just going to restate something I feel like I've said before. I feel like drawing such heavy attention and putting up so many safeguards to things that were otherwise not on the radar of anybody, I think just further highlights the disconnect that already existed and widens the gap from everybody having and seeing each other as equals. Doing this shit, I think 9 times out of 10 is unproductive. Gender-based. Instead of preferred pronouns, use pronouns. The word preferred suggests that the non-binary gender identity is a choice and a preference. Chairman/chairwoman to chairperson. That person is a chair. Oh, this doesn't even make any sense. This has nothing to do with anything. Gentlemen to everyone. Oh my God, thanks for holding the door open. You're such an everyone. I have called so many women gentlemen. I've called so many women gentlemen. It's ridiculous. If you're fucking holding the door open for me, I fucking say chivalry isn't dead. You're such a gentleman. Instead of saying ladies, just say everyone. But if you're talking to ladies, what did you just say, ladies? Mankind, to people, humankind, and human beings. But women also has man in it. Women also has man in it. Does it not? How is transsexual bad? This term has historically been used as a slur against LGBTQ people. Some in the community do identify with and self-describe as the term, though. Guys, I think that this word's bad. The people who are these people don't think so, but I'm angry about it. Instead of saying abort the mission, just say, hey guys, just end the mission. But that doesn't even make any sense. Abort and end mean two different things.